Tonight on CTV News, student reactions to the public nudity ordinance debate, changes to parking spaces on campus, and new construction updates.
Plus, weather with Neil Denman, sports with Olivia Landis, and entertainment with neighborhood progress.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in to CTV. I'm Grace Reeder.
And I'm Nicole Heins, filling in for Carson Bush-Jost tonight.
The city of Fort Collins is considering a change in the city's public nudity laws. Fort Collins is taking input from residents in regards to the ordinance. The change would allow for women to go topless in public. According to the city of Fort Collins website, citizens have two potential options. The first option, quote, maintains the current policy that does not allow for women to be topless in public, but adds an exception for breastfeeding mothers, unquote. The other option would be a change in the law that, quote, allows for women to go topless in public, unquote. On October 20th, City Council will sit down to discuss this potential ordinance change. We asked some students on CSU what they thought.
I don't really think that it would affect a whole lot. Like, even if they change the ordinance and make it legal for women to go topless, I don't think that a whole lot of women are going to take advantage of that. So I feel like it wouldn't really affect a whole lot of things, and so I don't really care one way or the other what they're going to do.
I think it's interesting that they're trying to pass this because we're a very large college campus, and I'm kind of interested how it would work with that legislature being implemented on campus. So if there's a bunch of topless people on campus, that'd be kind of alarming, especially for touring high school students.
To give your input on the potential ordinance change, visit fcdov.com/nudity ordinance. The poll closes on October 12th.
Finding a parking spot on campus can be a daily struggle, but if your frequent spot is in the library, you'll have a few more spaces now. You may have noticed red signs in the library parking lot declaring parking changes. Colorado State University has designated more spots for pay-to-park parking in the library lot and has taken away a row of A-lot parking. Parking and Transportation Services has listed their enforcement status on their website as full, so be sure to read parking signs to avoid a costly ticket.
Facilities Management has announced a new underpass set to be constructed at the intersection of Drake and Center Avenue. The biker and pedestrian underpass will be built just south of campus. The plans to start the project in November and have it completed in July 2016. The intersection is a busy spot for walking and biking students trying to cross the street onto campus. In an interview with the Collegian, Assistant Director of Facilities Management Fred Haberich was quoted saying, "This has been something we've been talking about for at least 5 years."
Students from Colorado State's Leadership, Entrepreneurship, and Arts Advocacy for the Public program, also known as LEAP, is coordinating this week's Nerdy Derby at the NOCO Mini Maker Fair. The Nerdy Derby is similar to the Boy Scouts Pinewood Derby, where you're asked to make a car out of material and race and compete against others. Last year was the inaugural event, and this year the Nerdy Derby has all of the new state-of-the-art track built by CSU engineer students. The Derby is one of many exhibits happening this weekend at the Rocky Mountain Center for Innovation and Technology in Loveland. NOCO Mini Maker Fair exhibits a variety of creative science, technology, and art that's intended for all ages.
The event itself is definitely geared towards families and artists. So we really wanted to reach people definitely on campus, but also a little bit wider, families with elementary aged kids, and because that's really what our event in particular at the NOCO Mini Maker Fair is geared towards.
There are hundreds of CSU students on campus who have also served in our military, putting their lives at risk for the protection of our country. The CSU Veterans Organization is here for those veterans who may be having difficulties transitioning into being a student. Individuals have the opportunity to meet other veterans and those connected with military and CSU. The group encourages all veterans to join and engage in fun activities and community service events. SVO serves as a welcoming body of like-minded people whose personal and academic success are a top priority.
There's a lot of people at CSU that are advocates for veterans. But up until recently, there's been a serious lack of veteran students advocating for themselves, and we're hoping to provide that, so an outlet so that veteran students can get their voice out there, because students do have the most powerful voice on this campus.
To contact the SVO, you can email them at svacsu@gmail.com.
NBC weather anchor Al Roker is coming to CSU on Saturday, October 10th. Roker will be speaking at Griffin Hall at the CSU Center of the Arts Building as part of the author series sponsored by Poudre River Friends of the Library. He will be discussing his new book, The Storm of the Century, which chronicles the events of the Great Gulf Hurricane of 1900s. A book signing will follow Roker's presentation. Tickets are required for the event and can be purchased at Old Firehouse Books or online at their website. Tickets are $17.
The CSU Meat Lab has changed their name to Ram Country Meats. If you didn't know, you can purchase fresh cuts of meat right here on the CSU campus. Ram Country Meats is located in the Animal Sciences Building and is open on Thursdays and Fridays from noon to 6. Students who work there have the chance for hands-on experience in the retail meat industry. Students learn how to process and identify cuts of meat in a safe manner for customers. In addition to the updated name, Ram Country Meats has updated their website for a more user-friendly experience. If you'd like to buy some of their products, you can order some online. Items include ground beef and pork sausage.
Mark your calendars, the Foothills Mall finally has an opening date, November 13th. According to a press release from Alberta Development Partners, the mall will have opening festivities the Friday it opens at 6 p.m. Opening celebrations include a Christmas tree lighting, pictures with Santa, local music performances, and lots more. In addition to new shops and restaurants, the Foothill Malls will also feature a new Cinemark theater.
Up next, we have weather with Neil Denman.
Stay tuned.